Day 350 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem. We're doing daily LeetCode problems, and today we have question number 91. The code weighs. The difficulty level is medium, but don't worry because we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go on and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. You have intercepted a secret message encoded as a string of numbers. The message is decoded via the following mapping. 1 is A, 2 is B, and so on, all the way to 25 is Y and 26 is Z. However, while decoding the message, you realize that there are many different ways you can decode the message because some codes are contained in the order 2 and 5 versus 25. For example, 11106 can be decoded as AAJF with grouping 1, 1, 10, and 6. It could also be decoded as KJF with grouping 11, 10, and 6. The grouping 11106 is invalid because 06 is not a valid code. Only 6 is valid. Note there may be strings that are impossible to decode. Given a string as containing only digits, return the number of ways to decode it. If the entire string cannot be decoded in any valid way, return 0. The test cases are generated so that the answer fits into a 32-bit integer. All right, y'all, that sounds simple enough, but I understand it may be confusing without taking a look at these examples. So let's go ahead and take a look at these examples just to make sure we're doing this problem correctly. So in example 1, the input S equals 12, output is 2. Output is 2 because there are two different ways we could decode this 12, as it says in the explanation. Explanation says 12 could be decoded as AB, 1 and 2, or L12. So there are two different ways. When we're looking at 12, there are two different ways we can decode this. We could look at it as 1 being A and 2 being B, which will give us AB, or we could look at it being just 12 because there's 26 letters in the alphabet. So we know 12 falls into one of those 26 letters. And in this case, 12 is L, right? So is this an L or is this an AB? We don't know, but we know that there are two different ways that it could be decoded, either A, B, or L. Those are the two options that it can be, right? And all we have to do is count the number of options. We don't have to fully decode it. We just have to count the number of options we have as when we're trying to decode it. And in this case, it either can be a 1 and a 2, and it could be decoded as AB, or it could be decoded as, it could be treated as 12 and be decoded as L. Right? And those are the only two options that we have. So that's why the output is 2. So let's go ahead and take a look at example 2, where it can be a little bit more tricky because we have more numbers to deal with. So in example 2, we have S equals Example 2, we have S equals a string 226. The output is 3. Output is 3 because there are 3 different ways that we could decode this, right? So explanation says 226 could be decoded as BZ with the 2 and the 26, could be VF with a 22 and a 6, or it could be BBF with the 2, 2, and 6, right? So either we could decode it like this with a 2 being its own letter, which would be V, and then 26 being its own letter, which could be Z, right? So we could decode it. It could be decoded that way, or we could decode it as 22 being its own letter and 6 being its own letter as well, and that would give us VF. So that's another option. Or the last final option is we could treat each number as its own letter. So we could treat 2 as its own letter, we could treat this 2 as its own letter, and we could treat this 6 as its own letter instead of grouping these 2's together or grouping this 2, 6 together. And when we treat each number as its own letter, we get BBF, right? So is it, when we decode it, is it going to be BBF? Is it going to be BZ? Or is it going to be VF? We don't know. But all we need to know is how many different options do we have, right? for it to be. And in this case, there's 3 different options that we could go with when we are decoding this to figure out what it's saying, right? So we just have to return how many different ways it could be decoded. And in this case, there are 3 different ways it could be decoded. It could be BZ, it could be VF, or it could be BBF. And that's why the output is 3. So let's go ahead and look at example 3 where they might try to throw a trick our way. So in example 3, we have the input S equals 06, the output is 0. Explanation says 06 cannot be mapped to F because of the leading 0. 6 is different from 06. In this case, the string is not a valid encoding, so we return 0. So as you see up here, it says right here, the grouping 1, 11, and 06 is invalid because 06 is not a valid code. Only 6 is valid, right? So it tells us up here that 06 is not going to be valid. So in example 3, we have to know that this is not valid, so we just return a 0. All right, y'all, this sounds simple enough. But now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, actual code. Code's not going to be that difficult, so let's get started. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check if the string starts with 0, similar to as in example 3, because if it does, that means it can't be decoded and we could just return 0. So in order to do that, we're going to come right here. We're going to say guard exclamation point S dot has prefix. So what this means, this exclamation point means does not have the prefix. So we're going to say open up the parentheses, quotation mark 0. So once again, this exclamation point means S does not have a prefix 0. That's what the exclamation point is there for. And then so we could say else. So if it does, we could just say else return 0, just like that. Now we need to initialize the number of ways to decode from the current position, and it's going to be 1 start for an empty string. So we could just come right here underneath this, and we could declare a variable called current decodings, and we could set that equal to 1 to start. Boom. Then we need another variable to track the previous number of ways, and that's going to start at 0 because there is no previous string yet. So we could just come right here, declare a variable, say previous decodings, and we could set that equal to 0. Boom. Now we're going to start from the end of the string and we're going to work backwards. So to do that, we're going to declare a variable called current position, and we are going to set that to equal to s dot end index, and that's going to start us from the end and allow us to work backwards. Now we need to iterate from the end of the string to the beginning. So for that, we're going to use a while loop. We're going to say while current position is greater than s dot start index. Then we're going to open up the brackets. Boom. Now we're going to move the current position 1 character to the left, because remember, we're starting from the end. So we're going to say current position equals s dot index. Open up the parentheses. We're going to say before colon current position. Just like that. Boom. Now we need to create a variable that will hold the number of ways to decode the starting at current to decode starting at the current position. So we're going to declare a variable. We could call it num decoding at current position. Excuse me, y'all. And we could just set that equal to 0 to start. So if the current character is not 0, that means it's valid as a single digit decoding. So we're going to come underneath that. We're going to use an if statement for that. We're going to say if int, open up the parentheses, string, because remember, we're dealing with strings. Then we're going to open up the parentheses again. We're going to say s square bracket current position Then we're going to come outside of those parentheses. We're going to say we're going to say exclamation point greater than 0. We're going to open up the brackets. Now we need to start by decoding the ways, we need to start by counting the ways to decode the rest of the string from the next character. So we're going to come right here. We're going to say num decoding. This should be at current position. At current position equals current decoding. Just like that. Boom. Then we're going to come underneath that, and we need to look ahead one character, so the next index after the current, right? So we're going to say let next position equal s dot index, open up the parentheses, after colon current position, just like that. Now we need to make sure we are not at the end of the string, so we're going to say, come underneath that, we're going to say if next position exclamation point equals, so does not equal s dot end index. We're going to open up the brackets, and we need to try combining different and the current next characters into a 2-digit number. So we're going to say let combined equal, it's going to be an int, open up the parentheses, it's going to be a string, open up the parentheses, we're going to say s square bracket current position dot 3 dots next position. Sorry, y'all. Then we're going to come outside of those parentheses, and we're going to put an exclamation point. Sorry, y'all. I was just wondering why this lighting up, but that should be next position. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Well, let's keep going. Trying to see. My bad. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. This should be let next position, not new position. Sorry, y'all. Boom. Now we should be back. All right. Let's keep going. So if the 2-digit number is 10 to 26, it's a valid letter, right? So it could be from J to Z. So we're going to say, we're going to come underneath this, and we're going to say if combined is less than or equal to 26, we're going to open up the brackets. Boom. We are then going to say we need to add the number of decodings from the position 2 steps ahead. So we are going to say, we're going to come right here, we're going to say num decoding at current position plus equals previous decodings, just like that. Boom. Now we need to move the window because previous becomes current and current becomes newly calculated. So for that, we're going to come all the way down here outside of the if statement, and we are going to say previous decodings equals current decodings. Boom. Then we're going to come underneath that, and we're going to say current decodings equals num decoding at current position. Just like that. And now we still need to return the total number of decodings starting from the beginning of the string. So we are just going to come right here and we're going to say return current decoding. Boom. Now that should be all she wrote, y'all. Let's go ahead and run it. Make sure it runs properly before we submit it. And it's accepted, y'all. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. First try. So let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still accepted after we submit it. Look at that, y'all. 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users with Swift. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. Those are some good numbers right there. So before we leave, y'all, make sure you get one more look at the code. That's the top half of the code. Boom, read it, learn it, love it. That's the bottom half of the code. Make sure you understand and internalize what's going on. And with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all learned something today. And I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.